Hello everybody, this is Tooth Traffic Ninja podcast, a podcast that is all about giving professional advice on teeth issues and to guide our listeners on how to achieve an optimal oral and general health. This is your host, Dr. Temitayo Homoni. Hello everyone, welcome to Tooth Traffic Ninja podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Temitayo. This is the first episode of Tooth Traffic Ninja. Yay! So today I'll be talking about preparing your child for a lifetime good dental health. So I coined out this topic from a voice note sent to me by a parent. Please listen to the voice note.
Hello, Dr. Money. Please, I want to find out how to help a child to maintain proper tooth hygiene, especially like a 7-year-old. Noticed the adult teeth has started growing and is not as white as it should be. Please, what do you advise the mother to do to help improve the tooth hygiene for?
Thank you, madam, for sending in the voice notes. I have worked with so many number of parents in my years of practice who, while trying to brush their children's teeth, they actually do this forcefully. They forcefully brush their children's teeth. I have also undergone my own share of hugging with toddlers. This sometimes it can be so annoying that you're trying to help them, but they see it as something else. So I get it when you go through this frustrating times when it comes to brushing your children's teeth. The process of teeth brushing is so important that we tend to force it, and when we do this, we tend to cause more trouble, more problems than good. So most children start rejecting the act of true brushing since they see us trying to make them brush their teeth by force. So if you take nothing away from this podcast today, just put this on your mind that you don't have to force them to brush. There's always a way to everything. So if you take nothing home, please remember, try not to force them to brush their teeth. So let's dig into the main topic of today. It's all about preparing your child for a lifetime good dental habit. Healthy teeth are very important. It's very important for the child's overall health. Poor oral hygiene only leads to infection. It leads to all sorts of dental problems. It leads to all sorts of diseases. And we don't actually want this. So for us to have a lifetime good oral hygiene, then we must make the so-called difficult habit of brushing more fun for the children, and you should start from when you notice the first set of teeth coming out from your child's mouth. Don't take this for granted. Most of us wait a long time before we start using toothbrush on our children's teeth, because we don't actually know. Now I'm telling you, when you see the first sight of a set of teeth or a tooth in your child's mouth, start brushing. It's very, very important. Even before the set of teeth comes out, when you breastfeed or you give them food or use a feeder or something, normally we advise you to use a clean white napkin, soak in water, squeeze, then you gently use it to clean their mouth every morning. Okay, so now that their teeth are coming out, we need to start using toothbrush. Here is a quick run of the basic step you should take if you want toothbrushing to be fun and if you want us to maintain have a lifetime good oral hygiene. So the first thing is that don't force it. Very important. You don't force it. Holding your child down forcefully to brush, we actually make them associate brushing with pain and distress. Another thing we should take note of, we should make it fun. Fun in the sense that, while brushing for them, we sing, we dance, we jump, we make funny faces, we make funny movements, so that they can associate brushing with happiness and fun. Next thing we should also note is that let your baby or your toddler or your child see you brush as well. You should start this when they are babies. They don't have teeth. You can just carry them in your arm while you're brushing, and smiling while brushing, singing, dancing while brushing. Babies tend to imitate older people. They imitate adults. So when they see you do this, they see they act like fun. So they themselves will look forward to doing this. So you brush in front of your children. Another thing we should also note is that don't worry about the toothpaste for now. I know most of us will be wondering what she's talking about. The fact that toothbrushing itself is a challenge. We need to let them adapt to the use of toothbrush. We need to let them accept the use of toothbrush. Then we can now introduce toothpaste to them. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Yeah. Okay, so another thing is that you can also add the use of timer. We always advise you should brush for at least 2 minutes. So you can just put a timer in front of them. If you notice, those your children, the so-called toddlers, or even the older ones that tries to brush their teeth on their own, they will just rush through the thing and disappear. Oh, mommy, I'm through with my brushing and all that. But when we put a timer in front of them while having fun while brushing, they look at the timer, they know when the timer doesn't stop, then they can't stop brushing. So it's something that we have to let them get used to. It should be a routine in their toothbrushing. So basically, what brush does is that it actually helps us disorganize bacteria on the teeth surfaces, and this prevents those bacteria in the mouth that usually causes acid attack, and then eventually breaks down the enamel, causing dental caries and the likes of it. So we should also remember to clean the tongue. The tongue is very important when it comes to oral hygiene. So many bacteria on our tongue, we need to disorganize this bacteria, reduce their load in our mouth to optimize our oral hygiene and to prevent all sort of this mouth odor and all that. So we're doing all this to keep our teeth healthy. So basically, try to get your children used to brushing 2 times daily, before or after taking their meal. There are different school of thoughts. Me, I will actually go for before eating breakfast, because most of the time in the morning we are always in a hurry. Children are rushing to school and all that. Because when you brush after eating, you should actually wait for at least 30 to 40 minutes before brushing after you've eaten. So which is safer? Which one of it is safer? So it's safer to brush before eating, because most likely you'll be rushing to school, rushing to work, and taking the children to school. So please try to brush twice daily at least, before your breakfast, and the last thing before sleeping. Flossing is also very important. We need to make these children adapt to the use of floss. But at least what we are doing right now, we start with being able to brush their teeth on their own, even allowing toothbrush in the first instance, being able to brush on their own under our supervision, floss, and of course our diet is another important thing. That will be another topic for another day. But for today, we're talking about optimal oral hygiene. So there was another question that the parent sent to me via the voice note. She said she noticed that our child's permanent teeth looks discolored compared to the primary teeth. I know I've heard this question so many times, and I know most of us are really concerned about this. So let me tell you why it is like this. In primary teeth, that's the baby teeth, tooth has an outer covering called the enamel. So under the enamel is the dentine, then under the dentine is the pulp, which is the soft tissue. So basically, the dentine is usually white, like yellowish in color. So for baby teeth, the enamel is thin, and this enamel is opaque. That means we can't see through it in quote. So you can't see through it, so it appears white. So the yellowish color of the dentin underneath the enamel will not show like that. So because the enamel on the surface of baby teeth are opaque, we can't see through it. But on the permanent teeth, the enamel is quite translucent. What does that mean? That means we can see through it in quote. So we see the reflection of the yellowish to grayish color of dentin on the surface of the teeth. So it now appears like, oh, the permanent teeth are discolored. Is it that my children are not brushing their teeth very well? I have to help this child scrub the teeth. No. So now we know why this is like that. So usually it's more obvious when the children are in mixed dentition, but as the permanent ones erupt and we have permanent all through, the color now looks uniform, and of course you adjust to it and you'll be more comfortable with the color. I hope we've learned something today. So basically our take home for today is that for us to train our children to live a healthy life, optimizing their oral hygiene and making sure the mouth is in good state, we have to actually teach them the habits of brushing properly and frequently. Brush 2 times daily, before breakfast, then the last thing before sleeping. Try to train them to floss their teeth. Use fluoride containing toothpaste. Visit the dentist regularly, every 6 months. We advocate every 6 months, as early as possible. As you see the first set of teeth erupting in your baby's mouth rather, start brushing. Introduce brushing. Make brushing fun. Don't force your children to brush. And I hope I was able to answer your question, ma'am. Do have a lovely day, and thank you for tuning in again. Bye for now.